Alright, Shalom, Makam. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakah Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that's teaching His word in all true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today I just titled this lesson, Behold, a Flying Robe. And yeah, and I pretty much just want to do a lesson dealing with the chariots of Yahweh Shemiah Shai, so-called UFOs, which it is biblical, man. Chariots, which are the so-called UFOs, are biblical, man. Because you gotta understand, there is nothing impossible with Yahweh Shemiah Shai. You know? So, yeah, I'm gonna start off with this. This is Psalms 104:3. Matter of fact, I start at the top. The Psalm 104:1. Bless the Lord Yahweh, O my soul, O Yahweh my power. Thou art very great. Thou art clothed with honor and majesty, who covers thyself with light as with a garment, who stretcheth out the heavens like a curtain. And see, and then let you know that I believe that's Jeremiah 31. He said you can measure the heavens. That lets you know that Esau is never gonna get the blessing, man. Because the Lord, he pretty much told these devils, if you can measure the sea, know the depths of the sea and measure the heavens, man, then you baby, the Lord will do away with Israel. But guess what? He said he stretches out the heavens like a curtain, meaning what? The universe is continually expanding, man. It says, who laid the beams of his chambers in the water? What's the waters? The heavens, man. Who maketh the clouds his chariot, who walketh upon the wings of the wind. See, who maketh the clouds his chariot. Now you gotta understand this. The Lord is a Jake, man. You know, hey, we get the Lord gave us his characteristics. So the Lord say dark sayings and parables. Guess what Jake says dark sayings and parables. When you say what's up, you're not asking on what's literally what's above your head. You really asking them how's it going when you say what's up. When you read Job, when it says when it goes into the internet and it says the unicorn, will he abide by that crib? What is he talking about? At your house, man. Your crib is your house. And even in that, just on a smaller scale, just with shoes itself, right? You know, you might say shoes. Back then, uh, people used to say kicks. You know, that's just pretty much another a name for shoes, man. So clouds is the synonymous with chariots because guess what? That's part of the cloaking device, man. If you ever notice a cloud, you really look at a cloud, why it's so flat at the bottom, man. You gotta really look at it. Why is a cloud is all puffy and kind of got a little shape at the top, but at the bottom of a cloud it's flat, man. You know. So let's see. Let's get this in Ezekiel, the first chapter. Ezekiel 1:1. Let's see. Now Ezekiel 1 and I started 4. It says, and I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north, a great cloud, and a fire enfolding in itself. And see, that's that pillar of fire by night that was in Egypt, man. See, a great cloud with a great chariot, is a huge chariot, man. It says a fire enfolding in itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber, out of the midst of the fire. And hey, that was a bad chariot, man. And you know what? I think it was an old gospel song going into Ezekiel, seeing the chariots, man. Let me see. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Bear with me, Akyam. Let's see. Ezekiel. Bear with me. I think it's a song. I believe it's a song. Bear with me. I think it's a gospel song. Yep, this is that. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see if I can find just the lyrics at least. Okay, yeah, this is Ezekiel saw the wheel. So this is by, it said it has been recorded. This is off on wikipedia.com. Ezekiel saw the wheel is a folk song. It has been recorded by such artists as Woody Guthrie, Paul Robeson, John Lee Hooker, the Dixie Hummingbirds, the Tillers. It was okay. The Tillers, the Fisk Jubilee Singers, the Charioteers, in Gold City. The song recounts the Old Testament prophet Ezekiel's divine vision. So it says Ezekiel saw, they go to lyrics. Ezekiel saw the wheels way up in the middle of the air. Ezekiel saw the wheels way up in the middle of the air. See? A wheel, man. Come on now. That's the chariots. You know? It says, and the big wheel run by faith, good Lord, and the little wheel run by grace of God, and the wheel, good Lord, way up in the middle of the air. Who's that yonder dressed in white, way up in the middle of the air? It must be the children of the Israelites, way up in the middle of the air. See, man? Hey, but the point is, those are the chariots of Yahweh Shemel Shai. You know, so-called UFOs. Those are our vehicle of salvation, man. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get that. That's in Isaiah, the 26th chapter. And hey, that Yahweh Shai, he's coming back in his glory. That's part of it. You know, this is on Revelation. I mean, Isaiah chapter 26 and 20. It says, "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee, and hide thyself as it were for a little moment until the indignation overpass." And that's the only way we're going to be able to escape the judgment of Yahweh Shemal Shai, especially if you're on the source of America, man. Because you're not going to be able to escape those missiles, man. It says there's nothing shall escape them, you know. So in fact, let's go back to Psalms 91. And I start at verse 3. Matter of fact, let me just start at the top. It says, "He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in Him will I trust." It says, "Surely He shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence." See how He's going to do that? How is He's going to deliver us from the snare of the fallen and the northern pestilence, which is the nuclear missiles, by the way of the chariots, the IFOs, because we know what they are. We identify with those things are in the air, man. Those wheels in the middle of the air, you know. It said, "He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust. His truth shall be thy shield and buckler." See, it says, "He shall cover thee with his feathers, under his wings shall thou trust." Meaning what? When we get beamed up, because the Lord said, "How I would like to gather you like a hen gather her chicks." And that's the Lord delivering us, because when a hen gather her chicks, she's pretty much protecting them, you know. Matter of fact, because he says that under his feathers. Let's go to Jeremiah. Jeremiah 49th chapter in the 22nd verse. It says, "Behold, he shall come up and fly as the eagle, and spread his wings over Basra." See? Because that's where the main discretion and deliverance is going to happen here in America, man. But he said fly as an eagle, meaning what? It's gonna be a swift deliverance. You know, it's gonna be a swift deliverance. It's gonna take 1 hour to destroy this place, man. And the Lord's gonna plug us up before that, so we can see the destruction of America. It's gonna be it's gonna be simultaneous, man. The destruction and the deliverance gonna come within the same hour, man. You know, it said below behold, he shall come up and fly as an eagle. Don't eagles have feathers? And because because really that chariot, man, that's gonna be a huge chariot, man. It says spread his wings over Basra, meaning what? That chariot is gonna be larger than the continent of America, man. The country of America, man. Hey, it might be bigger than the whole continent of North America, man. Because the Ezra said he seen like it was a huge mountain, but he couldn't even see where it was graven, and he didn't even see the shape of the chariot. He just seen how big it was. It was just a huge chariot. He didn't even see where it ended at, man. If you've seen that movie Independence Day 4, I believe, with that huge chariot, it landed, one leg was in the sea and another leg was on land. That was a huge chariot, man. You know, it says, and at that day shall the heart of the mighty men of Edom be as the heart of a woman in her pains. And why is that? Because the scripture said the Lord said he's not gonna meet these devils as a man. He's coming back as an angelic force, man. You know. But guess what? Uh the chariots is our vehicle of salvation, man. Why the scripture say look up for your redemption, dog, your redemption draw now? Because that's the only way we're gonna be able to escape this place. You're not gonna be able to hide somewhere. It don't even care if you do got a deep underground military bunker, which is dumb, on this place America. This whole land is gonna be desolate, man. You know. So how's you gonna escape? By the way of the chariots. Only thing you can do is go up. You know. So this is Zechariah. I just ended off on this. Zechariah 5:1. It says, then I turned and lifted up mine eyes, see, and look, and behold, a flying roll. So he lifted up his eyes and look, you seen the church. And guess what? That happened to all the brothers. You know, one time or another, you know, doing whatever you're doing, spirit had what the Lord make you look up, man. And guess what? You see a chariot, man. You know, a flying roll. And guess what? Those chariots can shape shift, man. See, there's nothing outside the will of Yahweh Shemel Shah. You got Newton's law and all this. Well, guess what? They defy gravity, man. They defy reality, man. If you ever was able to even get into a chariot, man, you'll disintegrate, man. You know, cause it can stop on a dime. It can stop and bustle right real quick. Man, hey, you will get splatted, man. That's why we gotta have when it said in the twinkling of an eye we shall be changed. We're gonna have a new body to even get into them chariots, man. You know, it says, and he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof is 10 cubits. Then he said unto me, and that lets you know that it's gonna be different sizes of the chariots as well, man. You know, it said, then he said unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it. Yeah, because when the Lord finally, you know, when the Lord returns, man, hey, that's gonna be a wrap. And that's why you see the chariots get the all, hey man, these chariot saints every day, man, on a rapid pace, man. You know, this that curse because when these people see it, it's gonna be just like what it is, not World War Z, but damn, I can't, War of the Worlds. Hey, they're gonna be beating people. They're gonna be matter of fact, let's get that in Habakkuk because You ever seen like a cartoon? They got the aliens and they got the so-called UFO shooting laser beams. Well, guess what? That's real, man. That's real. This is Habakkuk 3:3. The Most High came from teaming. See it going at them Edomites again. Because these devils have a heavy judgment coming to them. It says, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah, his glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. See, it said his glory covered the heavens, man. Meaning what? Meaning that pretty much that the earth, I mean the skies was filled with chariots, man. There's even thousands and thousands those angels, man. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's see if I can find that. Bear with me. Let me see if I can find that. Yeah, Khan. This second Ezra 13 and 3. It says, and I behold, matter of fact, I ain't gonna read the whole thing. Okay, y'all just get this. Second Ezra 13 and 3, it says, I beheld, and lo, that man was strong with the thousands of heaven. See, the Lord is coming back, cause he's coming back to raise war and righteousness, man. He's coming back to take his crown. When you rage in war, you're not just finna pop up with just you're not finna go 10 deep. You're gonna have your thousands and thousands, man. So the Lord, he said he waxed strong with the thousands of heaven, and when he turned his countenance to look, oh, here go the point. All things trembled that were seen under him. See, so the Lord is coming back on the chariot, man, because he's gonna be pretty much standing on top of it, man. You know, so they when they see Yahushua, hey man, these people gonna melt in that day. It says, in his brightness, this Habakkuk 3 and 4. Matter of fact, I gotta go back in verse 3 again. It says, the Most High came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran, Salah, his glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. So guess what? The glory covered heaven mean what? The sky was full of chariots, man. The skies were full of chariots, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power. See, horns come out of his hand, and you go into it. Uh, the word horns, it says bright beams, and it wasn't literally come out of his hand. That was coming out of those chariots. It was coming out of the chariots, man. You know, because you go back to 2 13, it says he neither lifted hand nor sword. Matter of fact, let's get that. Spirit had it got to come out now. 2 13 chapter. So matter of fact, I go back to verse 3 and we can just end it off on this, because guess what? We finna enter into the climax of existence, man. We're about to see some heavy things, man. We're about to see the vehicles the angels get around in, man. You know, hey, the UFOs, so-called UFOs, the chariots of Yahweh Shema Shah, the Lord is gonna reveal that, man, in that day, you know. And you know, we get glimpses of here and there. It be, you know, pretty, you know, you might just catch a light of it. It'll show you there's a chariot, but how the lights change, you know, different patterns. It might even turn to a airplane, one of those commercial airplanes, and just stay stuck in the air, man. We know those chariots, but the Lord, when that day come, man, we're gonna see it, you know, clearly in that day, man. You know, but guess what? That's that courage that go over the face of the earth, because they're not just gonna be for sightseeing, man. It's a balance with Yahweh Shema Shah. The Lord's gonna come back to deliver and destroy, and you know, with the fire from the missiles, the chair is gonna be shooting fire as well. Those laser beams. So this is 2 Ezra 13 and 3 again. It says, and I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when I seen his countenance to look, all things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they that burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth the fire. All right, matter of fact, let's see. Okay, yeah, okay, kind. Matter of fact, I just read it all the way down. Let's see. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of number from the four winds of heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. See? So the Lord, He's coming back to raise war and righteousness. And guess what? And this is that war in heaven, man. This is that war in heaven. See, it said from the four winds of the heaven, man. Meaning what all these different nations, while World War III is going on, the Lord is going to step in, man. It's like to kick the door down. Now everybody stopped and looked at him. You know. It says, but I beheld, and lo, he graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. But I would have seen the regional place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not see. So it looked like a great mountain, man. That's how huge that chariot was. And so he didn't even see the whole shape of the chariot. It was so huge, it like it never ended, man. It says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet there's fight. And see, we just read it in Jeremiah the 49th chapter, that the young men, the mighty men of Edom, see, ooh. So to let you know is the Lord, it's something about these devils, man. The Lord, He created them to be the wicked for the dead evil. And that's that day the Lord is going to show His power. Because the Lord gave these devils the technologies to know about airplanes and all that, just so what He can throw it all down, man, and show you that He is the true power, man. You know, but they yet there's fight because the Lord put the spirit on them to be proud, man, and just I mean these different independent day moving and all that. You know these devils gonna have in the back of their mind they lying to themselves. But guess what? They gonna fight anyway because the Lord gonna put the spirit on them to do it. It says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. See, then Habakkuk, the third chapter says that bright horns come out of his hand. But second 13th chapter said he neither lifted up his hand. So guess what? That hand is talking about in Habakkuk. It's talking about those bright beams coming out of the them laser beams coming out of the chariot, man. You know, it said he neither lifted up his hand nor held sword nor any instrument of war, but I only saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. Now it wasn't literally out of his mouth. You know, there was a commandment, man. But zap him, zap him, zap him. That was it, man. You know. It said all they that were mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon a multitude which were prepared to fight, and burned them up every one, so that upon a sudden of a numerous multitude, nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. See, that's gonna be a very terrible day, man. You know, that's why I said that's the curse that go over the earth. Because guess what? Them chairs gonna do a lot of damage in that day, man. Oh, the scripture said I should send fanners. That's talking about the angels, man. And they shall fan them. Meaning what? That fire from them chairs gonna keep that fire going, man. It's gonna keep that. It's gonna keep this place America that lake of fire. You know. But yeah, I can just lesson I want to touch on who do edify. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, Bashim Kakodash. Double honor to the apostle Ezra Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect. Let's use the word in our truth and sincerity. DTA, Abad Babal.